do you come out here in a snowstorm through miles of ice and fish on a lake that nobody's on?
Because nobody's on the lake. It's that simple. It's like having an entire city to ourselves, and as we're talking, a fish is coming on.
The water is, we want to see when we get them up close to the boat, because we want to see air bubbles coming up.
Randy Vance, Joe Moritz, and Cody Dickinson invited me along for a shot at large mackinaw. They insist late fall, early winter is the best time for the big ones to bite, and they aren't kidding.
Yeah, big old fat belly.
We need my friend Daryl to hold a fish like that, because he's about half Cody's size.
Yeah.
Well, actually they kid a lot, but they do catch big fish.
Cigars are good luck. I have a friend who used to come on my boat and smoke cigars, and he left a half-smoked cigar in the rail of my boat, and he was fishing with me about a month later, and he goes, "Oh, look, this is my old cigar," and he fired it up, and boom, he got a 20-pounder. So I have in my boat a little tin with 3 of his half-smoked cigars. They're ready and waiting for him for that next time.
On this occasion, we used downriggers to place plugs such as quickfish and flatfish right in front of the fish that are holding anywhere from 90 to 120 feet deep.
It sure beats sitting on the couch.
You mean you wouldn't stay home on a nice warm couch watching football?
I would stay on the couch at home watching football, but this is more exciting.
I think it's better fishing because their main food source, kokanee, have spawned and they're now gone. And rather than chasing the schools of little ones that I think generally swim faster or they're voracious this time of the year. I remember that old fishing guide Mickey Daniels used to say that weather permitting, December and January were his 2 best months.
From the cozy confines of the cabin with the heater cranked up, we watch the rods for signs of strikes and talk about the big ones we hope to catch. All these guys have caught mackinaw over 20 pounds this time of year.
I realized immediately that I had a very big fish on and I had to get him off the bottom. So we're playing tug of war with this thing, and I finally get him up off the bottom. The reel sleeve had just enough play in it that eventually the reel just flew off the rod, hit the first eyelet, broke and fell in the water, and of course I fell to my knees and it's like, oh no. If you don't see the fish, you can make it any size you want, right? You know, it's just a fish story. Without a picture, it's just a story.
Probably caught my first fish when I was about 2, and I grew up with the love of being out and fishing. And I also like, fishing to me is just, getting out on the water and having the opportunity. If I catch a fish, that's just a bonus.
The limit is 1 mackinaw per angler per day over 24 inches long.
This is the time of year that we come out and we target max, and here in a couple of months when they close off all the gates and we can't get up here, then I'll start going to Billy Chinook and catching kokanee again, and later in January I'll be going steelhead fishing down on the Umpqua, and when the spring, you start getting salmon and various other things. We got the derbies starting up in May for kokanees. There is no fishing season, it's all year long.
Even I caught a fish this day. It measured 28 inches long and weighed about 12 pounds.
It's about as big a mac as I've ever caught. Thank you, guys.
Joe Moritz, who worked as a meat cutter, expertly filleted the fish for me. From Crescent Lake in northern Klamath County, I'm Brooks Snavely for The Great Outdoors.